What's going on? So in this video, I'm going to do a quick trade recap. This morning, I made $890 in less than 1 hour. So I'm going to do a step-by-step guide, pretty much showing you guys my system and exactly what I did this morning. But if you want to see this trade live, go to my channel, go to the live videos, and every morning I trade live. So if you would like to see that, then you can subscribe to my channel, click the bell, and you'll be notified every time I hop on to trade MNQ at 9:30 Eastern when New York session opens. So let's jump right into it. So basically I have the same fundamental formula almost every trade, right? Which is opening range on the 2-minute, wait for a breakout or a sweep, right? My entry model, and then go for a 2R for my profit target, and then stop loss at the end of the sweep or the low or the high of my entry model, wherever my entry model ends for the most part. And I'll show you an example right here. So as you can see, I have my opening range right here, right? So we have our highs right here, and then we had our low right there. So that's the range. The next thing I'm looking for is either a liquidity sweep or straight to my entry model. So as you can see, we went straight to my entry model right here. And my entry model is pretty simple for the most part, right? So we have this high right here. We get one leg down, so pretty much a pullback. We get a slight continuation, but it does not go past the high. If it goes past the high, now it's invalidated and I need to wait a little bit longer to see what's going to happen next. But in this case, it wasn't invalidated. So we got a slight continuation and one more leg lower, right? So I wait for 2 legs lower before we reach the new high. And then on the break of the neckline right there, I go ahead and enter once we get a little bit of momentum. So I didn't enter on this candle. You can see we got a little bit of momentum on this candle. I entered right there. At 9:45, we got almost an immediate retest, but we had this nice little candle right here that bounced off of London highs. So I went ahead and added 2 more contracts because, I mean, if I'm going to add, this is the time to do it where I'm closest to my stop loss. And even if I do get stopped out, then the risk will not be that much more than the initial risk that I had, right, when I entered. So I went ahead and added 2 more, right? And then we took off almost immediately straight to my 2R. I scaled out 3 out of 5 contracts. And then on the higher time frame, on the 30-minute, we had a liquidity level, right? That nothing was in our way, right? Like it was just straight wicks up there. And I'll show you in a second. So nothing was in our way. Went ahead and scaled out just to secure profits. Every time I scale out, I take my stop loss and I move it to break even. Right? So I'm just green on the day. And we got this nice little pullback right here, but we recovered it almost immediately, like within 3 minutes. So I took my stop loss that was at break even and I moved it to the bottom of this pivot point or the swing low, whatever you want to call it. And we went straight up and hit my final profit target. And that was pretty much the trade. So let's look on the 30-minute chart so you guys can get a good look at the liquidity level I was talking about. So here's the 30-minute chart. So whenever I'm in profit, I try to look for the most generous profit targets, right? So I like to let my winners run in that sense, but not based on how I feel or how much money I want to make, based on how much the market is willing to give me, based on market structure or liquidity levels. So you guys can see right here, boom. Right? Like that's a high right there. That's a liquidity level right there. And by the time I scaled out, we was already right here, right? Scaling out and nothing was in the way. This is it, right? So of course I'm going to let the 2 contracts run, and that's about 160s to 189. So that's an extra 30 points, right? Just letting my runners run. So we went ahead and exceeded that point. I took profits and it came out to $890. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.